Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Siyavar Ramachandra ki Jai, Jai Shri Ram. I hope all of you are doing well by Lord's blessings. So we have reached a very interesting segment of Rama Katha, of Ramayana. Yesterday we discussed how Manthara poisoned the mind of Kaikeyi, and then Kaikeyi, whose heart was actually filled with so much love and affection for Rama, overnight she became so-called enemy of Rama, and she went to her husband Dashratha and asked for the two boons that he had given her long back, and she asked exile for Rama and kingdom for Bharata for these two boons. And when Dashrath Maharaj heard this, it was as though the earth had cracked up under his feet. It was as though his heart was struck with a thunderbolt. How could a woman, a mother, become so hard-hearted? So Dashrath Maharaj could not understand. And Dashrath Maharaj said, okay, if you want your son to be the king, I have no objection. Let Bharata become the king. But why send the innocent Rama to the forest? How can you even think like this? But she was actually adamant. She said, no, I want only and only these two boons. You have given me a boon. You have promised me to give me these two boons in the past. Now you should not go back on your words. So you can just imagine the position of Dashrath Maharaj. How much Dashrath Maharaj was in a fix. He was actually being emotionally blackmailed by Kaikeyi. Sometimes the people whom we love so much can become a cause of misery to our life. The very same people whom we invest so much time and so much love and affection, the very same people can bring us the greatest miseries in our life. That is how this material world works. You know, the material world, everybody thinks that I should be the enjoyer. And anyone who comes in the way for my enjoyment, I don't consider whether he is my so-called son or daughter or husband or wife, whatever. My enjoyment is most important for me. This is how the demoniac people think. This is very nicely explained by Lord Krishna in the 16th chapter. A demoniac person thinks that I am the enjoyer. Everything is meant for my pleasure. So when we become associated with such people, demoniac mentality people, we also get such kind of thoughts. And that leads to never happiness. It leads to unending miseries. Kaikeyi, when she was asking all this from Dashrath Maharaj, she was not realizing what a great blunder she is doing in her own life. She never was happy for the rest of her life. For the rest of her life, she was only leading a life of, miseries, lamentation, and regret. So Dashrath Maharaj, he actually swooned. He lost his consciousness when he heard this. And Kaikeyi herself, through Sumantra, minister, sends word for Ramachandra to come. So Ramachandra comes. Now, just a day before, to the same place, Ramachandra was called by his father Dasharatha, and he was told that he will become the king of Ayodhya. And again, he has been called, and this time there is a totally an anticlimax. Huh? So, few hours before, he was told he will become the king. Now he is being told. Of course, Dashrath Maharaj does not say this. He was actually, in a semi-conscious state. He was lying down there. It was Kaikeyi who said, "O Rama, your father has an important instruction to you, which he greatly hesitates to tell you out of his weakness for you. So I'm going to tell you on behalf of your father. Your father's order is Bharata should become the king of Ayodhya and you should become a Vanavasi. You should go to the forest and live for 14 years." Now, when Ramachandra heard these, Valmiki Ramayana very nicely describes that there were no changes in Ramachandra's facial expressions, right? Ramachandra was not at all affected by what he heard from his mother, Kaikeyi, right? He, he had the same expressions. The day when he was told that he will become the king of Ayodhya, whatever was his response, whatever were his facial expressions, whatever was his mental state, the same mental state, the same facial expressions were displayed by Ramachandra when he was told that you should go to forest. Now, this is not possible for an ordinary person. This is called equanimity. In Sanskrit, a very beautiful phrase is used by Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita to refer to this kind of a state of existence. This is called Sthita Prajna. Krishna talks about Sthita Prajna in the second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Sthita Prajna means he is always of the same consciousness. His consciousness has transcended all the material miseries and material happiness. Material happiness does not excite him. Material miseries do not make him feel low. A person who has attained that state of consciousness, he is called a Sthita Prajna. And it is possible to attain this kind of a consciousness only when one develops spiritual culture, when one is spiritually situated. See, a person can remain in two states of being. One is called material consciousness, the other one is called spiritual consciousness. In material consciousness, a person thinks that I am this body and everything that pleases my senses, my body, I should pursue. And anything which gives displeasure to my senses and to my mind, I should try to avoid. So this is called bodily consciousness or material consciousness. As long as we remain in the material consciousness, we become too much affected by what is happening to us and what is happening around us. But through the process of bhakti yoga, it is possible to transcend this material consciousness and come to spiritual consciousness or divine consciousness. A person situated in divine consciousness, he has attained union with the Supreme Lord. He has attained contact with the Supreme Lord. And because of this, he knows that whatever may happen to my body doesn't matter because anyway, body is going to perish one or the other day. But I am situated on the spiritual platform and I am connected with the Supreme Spirit, God, who is always with me. And I have no reason to lament because whatever is required for me, God will provide. And God will protect me against all kinds of difficulties. A person has strong conviction. This is possible by spiritual culture of knowledge. So Ramachandra is teaching us, even though he is the Supreme Lord himself, he is taking the role of a human being and he is teaching us that it is possible for a human being to transcend the material consciousness and achieve the supreme consciousness. And if you are situated in that state, no matter what happens to you, you will remain unaffected. This is the message of Bhagavad Gita. We must come to this platform. In fact, human life is actually meant to come to this platform. So when you come to the spiritual platform, then you can handle all adversities in life very easily without being affected, right? It is possible. We see great examples of, you may say, oh, Ramachandra is God himself, therefore he was able to display this kind of a consciousness. But no, even ordinary people in the past, we have seen through the pages of Vedic scriptures, they were able to transcend their material consciousness and come to spiritual consciousness. Example of that is Prahalada. Prahalada was a 5-year-old boy. We all know he was a great devotee of Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu. But how did he become that? His own father, Hiranyakashipu, harassed him in so many ways. He only had to tell that from today I will not chant Harinama, and his father would have stopped all harassments. But Prahalada did not do that. He said, no, my dear father, Narayana is the truth, and I am devoted to Narayana. In fact, you should also become a devotee of Narayana. So he was harassed in so many ways. A small boy, when he is shown poisonous snakes, will he not become afraid and will he not change his words? It's possible, no? We also can change our thinking. Oh, instead of going through this misery, let me say, okay, no problem. Hiranyakashipu, you're only God. We may come to that state. But Prahlada was so much deeply absorbed in that divine consciousness that he was totally fearless. He faced all adversities with a smiling face. A 5-year-old boy could do this. So that is the greatness of Bhakti Yoga. And Lord Ramachandra is teaching us that if you stay connected with me, with Ramachandra, through the process of Bhakti Yoga, you can also come to this stage where you can actually transcend all these material limitations. Right? So when life throws lemons at you, make lemonade. When life throws stones at you, build a castle, build a palace. Ramachandra, when he was told you go to the forest, Ramachandra said, you have done a great thing to me. You've given a great blessing to me, my dear mother Kaikeyi. I don't know why my father was hesitant so much. He was so hesitant to tell me this. It's actually a good news because if I go to the forest, I can get the association of great sages and rishis. I get an opportunity to see them, to serve them in whatever way possible. And what could be a greater blessing by parents to a son than this, sending me to the association of saintly people? This is a great thing for me, Ramachandra said. So we will be able to see the blessings in every difficult circumstances only when we are situated on the spiritual consciousness platform. As long as we are situated on the material platform, we identify ourselves with the problem of this material world, and we will not be able to transcend, we will not be able to elevate ourselves and look at the problem from a different perspective, right? Albert Einstein said, you cannot solve a problem if you remain in the same state of mind in which you created the problem. We all create problems. If you remain in the same platform of consciousness, in the same mindset when you created the problem, you will never be able to get out of the problem. You will never be able to think about the problem from a higher perspective. You will never be able to come up with a solution to the problem. So the only solution is we have to be situated on the spiritual platform. Then we can face any adversities of life, right? Another important thing, always expect that there will be difficulties in life. Our life is not a, uh bed of roses. It is not the way that is shown in Bollywood movies. In Bollywood movies, we see, hero and heroine nicely dancing songs, and then the happy end. It says forever they lived after, ever after then, happily. Life is not going to be like that. Material world, life will throw challenges at us. Why these challenges are thrown at us? There is a reason for that. so that we start questioning our fundamental assumptions about life itself. We all think that I should lead a happy life, long life. I should be happy, well settled. But can we really settle down in this material world? Just think for a moment. The more you try to settle down, the nature of this world is that it will unsettle you. So the story of Ramayana was going in one direction. Oh, Ramachandra married Mother Sita. There was so much happiness in their life. The story could have ended there, like a Bollywood movie. But no, there is so much after that. Unexpected tribulations, unexpected challenges are thrown up at Ramachandra and Lakshmana and Mother Sita. And how did they receive those challenges? That is real lesson for us, right? That is why Rama is so great. How did Rama respond in a difficult circumstance? When everything is going on nicely, to speak big philosophy is not a difficult thing. But when challenges are thrown at you, which are unexpected, googly, you know, that time is your real test of your integrity, of your character, isn't it? So Ramachandra, when it comes to this situation, we should we should know for sure that Ramachandra's character is unquestionable, his integrity is unquestionable. He said, yes, I am for it. I will go for the sake of keeping up the word of honor of my father, which is my duty. Because I have inherited this kingdom from my father. Therefore, it is my duty towards my father to keep up his words. It's not that we only inherit good things from our father and from our ancestor. Sometimes we may have to inherit a disease also. And that time we should not say, why? Oh, only wealth I should inherit from my father. Sometimes from my some congenital diseases also I'll have to inherit from my genes of my forefathers. So I should be okay in both the situations. So therefore, life throws challenges at us, and you will be able to see the positives in the challenges, in the difficulties, when we are tuned to the divine consciousness, and we will be able to pass that test in a positive frame of mind. Another thing is, just like this material world is temporary, our so-called miseries are also temporary and transient. When we go through miseries, our mind will make us think that, oh, throughout my life, I have to go through this terrible situation. No, just like summer and winter seasons come and go, happiness and distress also come and go. They are transient. We should not get affected by this so-called temporary happiness and distress. We should not get stuck with temporary happiness, nor should we get stuck with temporary miseries, because both are temporary. We should continue to practice our duty. We should continue to march towards the goal of our life. That is what Ramachandra is teaching us. This too shall pass, right? So all miseries come and go. But how we are going to face those miseries, that defines our character, our real personality. So time and again, we see this happening in the Ramayana. There are difficulties, and Ramachandra is showing us by example, don't get disturbed by these difficulties. They are not permanent, right? Neither palace, neither life in palace nor life in forest are permanent. Both are temporary. So don't get attached to temporary. Our body is temporary. Don't get attached to temporary pleasures of the body. Instead, get attached to the unchangeable reality, the spiritual reality, eternal truth. Asatoma Sadgamaya. Don't get attached to Asat, temporary realities of this world. Become attached to Sat, and that Sat is Rama. That Sat is the Supreme Lord, Ramachandra. We should get attached to him. So tomorrow we are going to observe Ramanavami festival. Ramanavami festival is not just simply another festival in the calendar. It is a festival of character building. It is an opportunity to question our character. It's an opportunity to build values in our life. In the footsteps of Ramachandra, we should follow. That is the meaning of becoming a devotee of Ramachandra. So tomorrow, some of us might be observing fasting. It is recommended to observe fasting on the day of Ram Navami. It is recommended to visit the temple of Ramachandra and seek his blessings. It is recommended to chant his holy names. While we are doing all this, we should pray to Ramachandra. My dear Lord, let my mind be always fixed on you. Let me follow in your footsteps. If you are with me, I can go through any difficulties in my life. Let me never forget you. This is how we should pray to the Lord on the day of Ram Navami. We should also pray to the Lord. Let me also follow in your footsteps and build a noble character through which I can help people around me in whatever way possible. So, this is Rama Navami. This is the meaning of facing adversities the Rama way. Don't try to resist the adversities. Don't try to run away from the difficult situations in your life. Instead, face them with the power of your strong character, with the power of your strong spiritual consciousness. So, how do we build that spiritual consciousness? The easiest way is to chant the holy names of the Lord. So, let us all chant the holy names of Ramachandra and Lord Krishna together. I request all of you to please join me in chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra 11 times together. Please, together, let us all chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. बोलो सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. जय श्री राम.